November 10th.
With all the drama that went down from the day before and the game being taken off Steam, and there's automatic refunds going out, which I believe is a first in Steam history, what we have here is modders are trying to preserve the day before. Yes, modders are trying to save this game. So in an act of generosity, if that's what you want to call it, they'll ensure future generations can play the travesty that is the day before. There can only be one explanation here. Recently, it was revealed on Twitter that modders are trying to secure an offline version of Day Before, the abysmal open-world survival game that was released mere weeks ago and ultimately brought a swift closure to the studio that made it. And, it was a scam and all that stuff. As one of the most bizarre games to be released in recent years, The Day Before was a sham from start to finish, following a few years of development that were plagued with controversies, legal cases, a lack of transparency. I'll also add not paying their employees and just general scam behavior. So The Day Before was released globally and bought by hundreds of thousands of people and was promptly refunded by half of that crowd. And then days later, the game's developer Fantastic revealed it would be shutting down and ceasing operations. So now here we have this. The Day Before offline crack is in the works. It's early yet, but the user who is the modder realtor or something plans to reroute the server connection to a local connection, which would return true and would, in theory, let you play the game. So now a team of modders are reportedly working on a way to create an offline crack for The Day Before. In January, the servers of the game will be going offline forever, which means that nobody, even those who purchased it, will be able to play the game ever again. If these modders have their way, they'll ultimately preserve one of the most laughable, catastrophic pieces of gaming history. Perhaps I'll give it a shot if it's free. Now, this is absolutely hilarious within itself, but when we were talking about this backstage, Mozza had something to say about this.
Dude, it's so fucking funny that modders chose to save this piece of shit scam over Starfield. I was laughing my absolute fucking ass off. It goes to show how fucking boring and shit Starfield was when this game was boring and broken as well, but modders are like, you know what, but this one's actually worth modding. Like, it's so fucking funny that Starfield's that fucking dog shit. So fuck anyone that is defending that game. Fuck y'all, dumbasses.
It's fucking crazy though. Like, Mozza is right. The modders put out that fucking statement going like, yeah, nah, we're not doing this. We need actually something to work with, but we got nothing to do on this game. It's just boring and bland, which is probably like the worst things you could give to a modder. But now we're looking at this absolute catastrophe, nothing short of a catastrophe that was more scam than video game, and modders are being like, yeah, we can work with this. We can work with this. This needs to be saved for future generations so they can see just how bad it really was, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
crazy.
do you reckon this is a bit of a fuck you to the company? We're gonna keep your game alive so we can laugh at it in 20 years from now? Like, we only want it so we can laugh at your dumbasses in 20 years. They just want to keep it on the store so everyone can be like, hey, remember this piece of shit? Like, it has a massive fuck you.
Like, where does this work legally? Now, I'm not too sure, honestly, but I would believe because the studio is shutting down and like the people that like pulled off the scam are like, they're gonna go into hiding so that way they can fucking just spend all the money that they stole. I can't imagine them giving a flying fuck about this.
Oh, no, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if the modders just don't get full access soon and they can just make their own fucking game with it or something. Because, the company's shutting down and those fuckers did not give a flying shit. I'll be surprised if they don't just let them have it, honestly. Or try and sell it to the modders for like $20. Like, yeah, do whatever you want.
But how fun is that? It just goes to show you that modders are more interested in keeping this abysmal state of a game somewhat playable for future generations, as opposed to working on Starfield.
That's an L. Yeah, the modders will fix it.